Learn English with your Instill.
Today I'm going to talk about something important, how you can speak English better than ever before. If you've ever felt stuck, like no matter how much you study, speaking still feels hard, you're not alone. So many learners feel the same way, but here's the good news. You can improve, and it doesn't have to take years. In fact, with the right techniques, you can start speaking better right away. In the last video, we learned what were the reason of forgetting the words, and in this video, we will learn how to overcome from this situation. How to improve your memory and remember words better. Now that we know some of the reasons why you might forget words, let's explore how to improve your memory and feel more confident when speaking English. 1. Practice regularly. The best way to avoid forgetting words is to practice speaking English regularly. The more you speak, the more familiar the words will become. Try to have conversations with native speakers, join language exchange programs, or practice speaking with friends or classmates. Even talking to yourself in English can help. Tip: set aside a few minutes every day to speak English, even if it's just reading aloud or describing what you're doing. 2. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Fear of making mistakes is one of the main reasons people forget words when speaking. If you're worried about saying the wrong thing or forgetting a word, you might block yourself from speaking freely. Remember, everyone makes mistakes when learning a new language. The important thing is to keep going and not be afraid to try. Tip: try to speak without worrying about being perfect. The more you practice, the easier it will get. 3. Increase your vocabulary. Building a larger vocabulary will help you avoid forgetting words. You can learn new words in many ways, such as reading books, watching movies or TV shows, or using apps that help with language learning. Keep a notebook where you write down new words and phrases and review them regularly. Tip: use flashcards, apps like Duolingo or Anki, or vocabulary lists to practice new words. Try to use them in sentences to make them easier to remember. 4. Use word associations. Creating associations for new words will help your brain remember them. For example, when you learn the word apple, imagine the image of an apple. Or when you learn the word dog, picture a dog in your mind. The stronger the association, the easier it will be to recall the word later. Tip: connect each word you learn to something familiar to you, like an image, a smell, or a sound. 5. Slow down when speaking. When you're trying to speak quickly, it's easy to forget words. Slowing down will give you more time to think and recall the words you need. It's perfectly okay to take a moment to pause and gather your thoughts while speaking. This will also make your speech clearer and more understandable to the listener. Tip: take your time when speaking. Don't rush to finish your sentences quickly. 6. Learn word families and synonyms. Learning groups of related words, called word families, or synonyms can help you in situations where you forget a word. For example, if you forget the word happy, you can use words like joyful, content, or cheerful instead. This way, even if you forget the exact word, you have alternatives to use. Tip: when you learn a new word, try to learn its synonyms and other words in the same family. 7. Read and listen to English every day. Reading and listening to English can help you become familiar with the words you may forget in conversation. The more you expose yourself to English, the better your memory will become. Try reading books, articles, and watching movies or shows in English to hear how words are used in context. Tip: listen to podcasts, watch English TV shows, or read short stories to help reinforce the words you know. 8. Don't overload your brain. Sometimes we try to learn too much at once, which can overwhelm our brains. When you overload yourself with too many new words or grammar rules, it's harder to remember them. Focus on learning a small amount of new vocabulary each day and review it regularly. Tip: break your learning into small chunks. Focus on learning 5 to 10 new words each day and review them. 9. Use technology to help. There are many language learning tools and apps that can help you with remembering words. Some apps offer pronunciation guides, quizzes, and flashcards to make learning and reviewing words easier. These tools are great for practicing and reinforcing your memory. Tip: try using apps like Memrise, Babbel, or Rosetta Stone to help reinforce what you've learned. What to do if you still forget words during conversations. Even if you practice and use all of these techniques, you may still forget words occasionally. Here's what you can do if this happens during a conversation. Use descriptions. If you forget a word, try to describe it instead. For example, instead of saying refrigerator, you can say, "It's the thing you use to keep food cold." This will help the listener understand what you mean. Use gestures. Sometimes you can use hand gestures or facial expressions to help explain what you're saying. This can make your conversation more understandable even if you can't remember the word. Ask for help. If you forget a word, it's okay to ask the other person. You can say, "What's the word for?" Or, "I can't remember the word, but it's like." Most people will be happy to help you. Stay calm. It's important not to get frustrated when you forget a word. Stay calm and don't let it stop you from speaking. Everyone forgets words from time to time. Conclusion: forgetting words while speaking English is a common challenge, but it doesn't mean you're not making progress. It simply means that you need more practice, more exposure to the language, and perhaps a little more patience with yourself. The key to improving is to keep practicing and learning in ways that work for you. By practicing regularly, building your vocabulary, and using strategies like word associations and describing what you want to say, you will gradually become more fluent and confident in your speaking abilities. Remember, learning a language takes time, and it's okay to make mistakes along the way. So keep speaking, keep learning, and soon you'll find that remembering words becomes easier and easier. I hope this helps you understand why forgetting words happens and how to overcome it. Let me know in the comments section below. If you need more information on any specific part,
Thanks for watching. Do like the video, share this to your friend, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.